that's 65.
122 miles an hour?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Safari, come up. I'm not letting Mr. Haggard, he's not, no, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead, and if you don't mind, Mr. Safari, we are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir. Okay.
On March 14th, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer observed a vehicle going 70 miles per hour on Katy Freeway. Officer accelerated their speed to about 110 miles per hour, and defendant continued to accelerate his speed and make multiple lane changes without signaling and weaving through traffic. Defendant reached a max speed of 122 in a 65 mile per hour zone. The driver of the vehicle was identified as defendant. The officer observed glossy eyes and a mild odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath. Defendant admitted to drinking one shot known as a B52 45 minutes before the traffic stop. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, 4 out of 6 HGN, 8 out of 8 walking turns, and 3 out of 4 one-leg stand. BIC was read and the sample was denied. A blood search warrant was executed.
Any prior DWIs?
And no prior DWIs, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Safari, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am now taking your ability to drive away from you. You are not allowed to drive at all. You will sign with me an affidavit. This is a promise that you're going to make to me today that you're not going to drive. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive, you can be facing 180 days in jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. I don't care what you have to do in this life. You do, you will go to jail. As a condition of your bond, you were ordered not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you fail to go test, a warrant issues. If you consume alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, a warrant issues. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, I will revoke your bond. There are no more PR bonds for you. This is not a revolving door. If I have to put you in jail, I'm going to make your bond high. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria Center Reset. You'll get with Veronica for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
Sir, thank you, Judge. You understand why when you ask me, to wait probable cause.
Yeah, I get it, but at 122 miles an hour in a 65,
Hopefully do better on the direct, on the blood test. We'll test the drink.
do not drive. I'm not going to warn you again.
You know, we get to leave somebody, you gotta get your car, it's not get you.
Counsel.
Get so much.
All right, come on.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
So good, so.
He has to go over there and put him on that.
Yeah, no, I have to.
I'm gonna straighten it. You swear to God, I'm not offering them the vehicle.
Hey, please,
Why don't you want to look at,
just the last name, please.
yes, Razzo and Jones.
Okay,
They're both in the same situation where they technically completed the contents of their PCI, they just need to pay $30 fee. To complete it, so if we could just get one more reset so that they can get the check into the DA's office.
how long? I mean, they're at 170 days old. How long do you want?
I mean, if we just get a regular fee, whatever your honor wants, 2 weeks.
2 weeks is it, but after 2 weeks, let them know if they don't have it done by then, because they've had since February, and if they don't have it then, I'm gonna roll them day for day if they get it,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Mr. Anderson, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. There's a protective order that has been issued and you need to get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, they will file additional charges against you, a violation of a protective order, and that is one of the worst misdemeanors that you can pick up. Do you understand? You're not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. I don't care if she calls you. If she calls you, hang up. If she texts you, do not reply. If she comes to your house, don't answer the door. You're the one that's going to go to jail, and this is not a revolving door. You will not get PR bond after PR bond. Do you understand? How old are you, sir? How do you support yourself? Okay. It is time for you to get a job. J-O-B. I am now making that a condition. You don't get to just sit at home and do nothing all day while everybody else is paying for it. You need to get a job, to do something with your time, because otherwise life tends to get self-destructive. You hang out with the wrong people, you pick up new cases. You are now 19 and on number 1, 2, 3. No more. Do you understand? So appoint a lawyer, please, and then back in 2 weeks for a job.
Yes.
When you come back in 2 weeks, I want to see 20 to 30 applications filled out, and I want proof, not spoken word. Do you understand me? If you haven't done anything, it's not going to go well between us. No contact, no weapons. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It will be there forever. Any new cases from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. Follow this agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license.
Yes,
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Dean.
sir.
Hey.
Judge?
Yeah.
I'm Judge.
Hey,
Yes, Senator.
I'll try in a second. All right, good morning, Mr. Sanders. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 12 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. This charge will go on your record. It will be there forever. Is this number 1, 2? Do you know?
Number 2.
What happens on the next step, Mr. Sanders? Wrong. Prison. You were looking at years in prison, not just a rinky-dink 12 days in jail. A third offense is a felony offense. Do you understand? You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it will go on your record. It will be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Are guilty or not guilty? And we'll find you guilty. Send you to this agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
On March 18th, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a business building in reference to an assault. A security guard, the witness, stated that one of the maintenance workers got assaulted earlier in the day. Complainant stated he was blowing leaves off the entrance of the parking garage when he saw the defendant coming towards him. The defendant pushed him from behind. The complainant fell forward and hit his face on the curb of the parking garage, causing a cut on the left side of his knee. The defendant said something about the noise the complainant was making and went back to his lock. The incident was caught on video.
Okay. I don't want him to have contact with this person. I'm not doing no threatening, harassing contact. I don't want you to have contact with this person. I don't care what you have to do. But if you try to have any kind of contact with them, and I don't care if it's accidental, I'm going to put your butt in jail. There are no more PR bonds. I'm going to protect my community at all costs. I don't care how much noise is going on. I don't care what the problem is. Do you understand, Mr. Lubos?
Yes, sir.
As also as a condition of your bond, you're ordered not to be in possession of any weapons. I'm not ordering him not to go there. I'm ordering no contact. So if you accidentally bump into this person, it's not going to go well for you. There are no accidents in this life. There are choices. You either make a good choice or you make a boneheaded one. And a boneheaded one may land you with me for a long time. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. If they tell me they cannot get a hold of you, I will revoke your bond. Do not pick up any new cases. Do not violate these conditions. Do you understand?
Yes.
I will have you sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. I will get your bond conditions. Once you sign the conditions at that point, you'll be free to go. So you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 8 days in jail with credit for the 10 days that you've done. You need to understand that by pleading guilty to this charge will go on your record. It will be there forever. You will now be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up over here. You understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal. This is final today. You can never change this or challenge this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense?
Yes.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow it. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, much better. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Oh, yes.
Just make sure you're taking care of yourself, you know?
Yes.
So,
I'm approaching from Mr. Flores Raul.
okay. Where do you want to go with this? You want PTI? Do you want to just take something?
It's not eligible for PTI. They've offered us 12 months probation,
Yeah,
alternative for 30 days in jail. He's saying rather do the 30 days because of this,
okay.
but he wants to know if it is possible for him to turn himself in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
Or just we said.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
He's still under bond condition though.
Yes.
So even though we do it, he still has all conditions until he turns himself in. But yeah, of course. Yeah, just make sure you pick the date.
Okay.
Okay.
Morning.
Hi, Mr. Kim. Hi. Did everything work out?
On one of them.
Did you get the phone like you wanted?
I actually didn't end up needing it, but I did talk to the first floor of the jail and I had 3 or 4 deputies looking at my paper. They said it would probably work. And then I should take to the dudes.
Okay.
I mean, he ended up keeping the waiver, which is probably good for.
Oh, well, okay. So it's,
But he still needs his phone numbers.
all right. So what's the deal, Pickle?
We're here on Abdul Haq. It's 2 last names. I don't know if it's either Abdul or.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
This client is hopeful that her warrant will be revoked tomorrow. The lawyers in Las Vegas called me yesterday and told me they have a motion and a hearing tomorrow to allow for a walk with bond, which would legally revoke the warrant and she would be released. If that doesn't happen, however, she is still interested in seeking a bond here, and she is not wanting to reset her bond hearing until Friday. She just wanted to get set.
This is the one where she refused on the 20th and the defendant jurisdiction has already let me know they've already started preparing a government form. So they want it. But
Do we have, do we have any indication that she's a flight risk? Is this a 2B? Is it?
it's a 2B, but it's a little bit mix of both. She's wanted for 3 charges. This was the one where it was set between 25,000 to 100,000. Basically our Texas analog of fraudulent use of ID and fraudulent use of. So it's all combined in effectively one transaction. But state will be opposed. This was August of last year. She stole a Navy Federal Credit Union credit card from another person who purchased about $32,179 give or take dollars worth of jewelry, which is apropos of nothing, but it's like a federal poverty guideline. But she sold that much in jewelry. Obviously, you started with it.
Wait. She's,
So she went to a jewelry store with a stolen credit card, purchased roughly $32,000 worth of jewelry, and then, left with it. And then the complainant for the credit card states that the defendant did not have permission to use it. Obviously, the jewelry with a fraudulent purchase, they're the complainants into that, because it was by obtained by way of fraudulent activities.
And of course, Your Honor, my client denies all allegations. She already has a lawyer in Las Vegas fighting it as we speak. Not a flight risk if they're appearing in court.
The only other history that she had was within this, deceased domestic in 21 because of requested complaint.
But this case has been allegedly open since,
Well, I know the incident was in August, but I believe the warrant was issued there on, let me tell you, in December. I imagine they did some investigating with surveillance video and credit cards and grand subpoenaing or search warrants for bank records.
Which she had no knowledge of.
I don't know. You know, I really don't. If you have a lawyer in Vegas and they're prepared to do a walkthrough, once that hits, then you're not gonna have to pay anything. If I set you a bond now, it's gonna be high to ensure that you make it back to Las Vegas. I'm not gonna set these, you're a fugitive from justice, so you're an inherent flight risk. If I set you a bond, it's gonna be rather high to ensure that you go back. Because, you know, I have enough drama in my life. I don't need any more. And I certainly don't want anyone else hurt on account of us setting a bond. So we need to make sure that it's sufficiently high. You understand? I'm sorry? So what we can do though, is if you guys have a lawyer, we can set it a day or two. And if that does work out, then they'll release you. But you need to understand that you can't just, you know, not do anything. If they do set you a bond over there, you have to go back to Vegas and you have to take care of these things. You can't just out of sight, out of mind, because, you know, once you have multiple fugitive cases to judges, that indicates more and more of a potential flight risk, and it makes things worse all around. We don't want to see a bunch of cases. We don't want to see any indications of flight because it just makes everything so much worse.
Yeah, that's the plan. I have to get back to work. So this is my worry. I didn't want to wait until, I don't know, okay, so you.
Well, my concern is not your work. So if we set you a bond, I don't care that you have to work. I need you to go back to Vegas, and that's my concern. You can't use, well, I got to work, so I can't go to Vegas. That doesn't.
Oh, no, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I have a lawyer already. Like, I'm trying to take care of it. I can to go straight to Vegas and take care of it.
Do you want
But
to?
don't set me up on, I'll wait until see what happens.
If for some reason it doesn't work out in Vegas, I can hear you more and then we can talk about, I mean, I'm not going to go nuts on your bond, but it has to be sufficiently high that you understand that we mean business and that if you don't go back, there are severe consequences. You know, I'm going to tell you now, if we do set you a bond and you take off and you don't go to Vegas, I'm not going to do this again.
But
I get a lot of people that sell me the sun and the moon and the stars and, you know, but you need to understand that actions have consequences and especially in light of something like of this nature.
Can we move to Friday?
Sure, of course. Do you want to?
Any people refusing? Because she's not approving time while she's refusing, that's why I want to double check.
The thing is, this also is that, you know, you have refused. So essentially, once you waive, we give the demanding jurisdiction here, Florida, 14 days to come get you. If they don't come get you within that 14 days, then Harris County releases you. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. It just depends on the person. So, but while you have refused, no time is accruing toward that 14 days. It's just kind of in a holding pattern. What they can do is, okay, all right. Regardless, though, if you want to set it for Friday, if it doesn't happen, then let's talk. And
Right, 'cause it's-
I will set you one. I'm telling you, I'll set you one, but it has to be sufficiently high so that you know that it's, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see first if that plays out for you. Okay? So you save money.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I have a couple of conditions in your view.
Maria, hi. Good morning.
From the folks from
Just the last name.
McNeil.
You said Mejia?
McNeil,
M?
Curtis Joe McNeil.
Just the last name.
His last name is.
Is that with an M?
MC and then NEIL.
Okay, McNeil. Okay. What's the word?
Judge, I'm asking for a reset because I got an offer just today. The offer is, take a gun safety course and work with the weapon and his case will be dismissed.
Okay.
But there's, and his appearance was late today, so.
Sure, I'll give you a week. Okay, the case is 180 days old. We'll give you a week. Okay, if he doesn't have it done, then he's got to be here. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Victoria, what was that cause number again, please?
596-828.
Ms. Sullivan, come up, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you are charged with assault bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You were supposed to be here on December 22nd of last year and you failed to make it. We issued a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Stop. I'm going to reinstate your bond today, but I'm not going to continue to do this. If you continue to miss court, the next time I will revoke your bond and you will go into custody.
Yes,
This is not a revolving door.
yes,
You understand?
yes.
Who is the complaining witness in this case? Oh, I have to give you cause number. It's not on document. 259-6828.
The complaining witness is. I don't, the court doesn't want to name, let me try to find the connection.
Yeah, I'm not, the name doesn't do anything. I mean, is it a friend? Is it a relative? Is it an unknown person? Did you get the cause number? Okay.
I don't see my relation, judge, the complainant is an employee of group home, it's not that, it's outside of that group home.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ms. Sullivan, as a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. If you attempt contact with this person, or if you pick up a new case, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds.
Yes.
Do you understand?
If they want to contact with me.
Then you cannot have
I'll get
contact.
a restraining order.
Don't have contact with this person. I don't care if they reach out to you. Do not reach out to them. Do not text message them. Anything like that. Do you understand?
Okay.
I've already appointed you a lawyer. Do you know who it is?
Stacy Childs.
Okay, can you file conditions on this? I just reinstated a bond.
Okay.
For now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box. I'm gonna get you bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign these conditions. And then I'm gonna have you meet with a lawyer here momentarily.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please.
Right this way.
They're filed, judge.
Thank you. Mr. Nooley,
Yes, sir.
are you ready?
I have a piece of this,
Okay.
well,
Mr. Flores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. This charge will go on your record. It will be there forever. Every time you get pulled over, officers will see DWI, DWI. If they smell alcohol or dope on you, what's going to happen?
don't take me on, sir.
probably don't have anything if you're gonna get in a car and drive. It's not rocket science. Do you understand?
I'm not listening to Barbara. I want to again.
Yet here we are. Second, when is when? Is it gonna take prison? Is it gonna take a death on the road? How many people say this thing to me on a daily basis, Mr. Flores? Yet the problem is one thing. It's arrogance. People start consuming, and then the all familiar arrogance takes over. I can do this. I can do that. Even if you get the feeling you think you can, don't take an Uber. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with us until it's, well, forever. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail. When is he going to turn himself in? So I'm ordering you to turn yourself in April 10th, 2026 by 6 p.m. If they don't take you, the full range of punishment is available to me. Do you understand? You are still under bond condition in this court. If you consume alcohol, if you consume illegal drugs, if you get called to test between now and then and you fail to go, the full range of punishment is available to you if you violate. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you. All right. Oh, 1 year driver license suspension. Yeah. Okay, Kavita. Hi.
This is a motion for the. And I don't know if you like this.